Welcome back once again. Back at it again this week, right from the toaster, as called, from the good old toaster.
We
I'm
love the toaster.
Yep, exactly. My name's Saran, co-host as always, one of the best
My
there is
name,
out there.
my name is Ollie, the better co-host, better opinions, just better person.
He always says that every single time. Anyway,
No, I don't.
I hope you guys are doing good this week. We've had some interesting TikTok comments, which, you know what? Fair enough. We
The
can't.
toaster.
We've had one talking about Ollie looking like Call Me Carson, which
I
not
don't know who that is.
not gonna lie, I see the resemblance. I didn't know who that was till I Google searched it.
I
but
might need to Google search this now. There you go.
but the resemblance is almost uncanny. But thank you for all the
You might,
support on TikTok. That's actually been mental. 20 followers already, and it hasn't even been a week since it was out. Actually, it's
you
been.
might need to put a picture of Call Me Carson up.
But
I don't look like Call. I don't look like Call Me Carson.
well, I could see the slight resemblance. There's a slight
Oh,
resemblance.
oh.
Ollie getting cancelled on TikTok. You love to see it. Anyway, we're not
I
talking
was
about
also,
that.
I would like to apologise very quickly to the audience. I might interrupt halfway through because I am currently watching the women's game
Yep.
of
The
England.
100. Speaking about that, do you reckon we start off with that or England and India? What do you reckon?
England, India.
I already knew the answer to that. Let me actually pull it up. I haven't seen it since yesterday. So what?
I've tried to avoid it. So
He's just
I reckon
angry.
we just do what we normally do. We start from the beginning, and we then the rank goes on as we
Yep.
go through. Um, so it the first innings of India they got 2-2-4, and it was a very weird innings personally because uh England literally had one good bowler.
And we can't even call him good. Just like, oh wait, no, we can. Oh
Okay.
yeah, Gus Atkinson. Okay, I
Yes,
thought you were
yes, yes.
talking about the other one. I thought you were talking about the other
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Gus Atkinson was amazing.
anyway, let's talk
Both.
about the Indian batters first. Then we'll move on to the England
Okay.
bowlers.
Yeah.
So, like, the
It was a
openers,
tough
Yashasvi
batting
Dice.
conditions.
Yeah, it was. Right, you. Let's say your opinion at the start first. This is very convoluted. We've tried to record this like multiple times, so we're in high spirits.
Yeah. It was very tough batting conditions for the for India's first innings and England first innings. That it was really tough batting conditions out there. Um, that 2-2-4, from where they were at one point, it didn't seem that bad. 2-2-4 from where they were at one point. They were struggling
hmm
really hard.
Yep. Hey, I think for me, like Yashasvi Jaiswal, he's had a poor series, hasn't he? He's had a series to
Yeah,
forget, I
yeah,
think. And
definitely.
usually England are his favourite opponents. Like most of his Test centuries have come against England. But then,
But the big thing, it was in India.
yeah, that's the main thing. The thing is, now he's going overseas. This is where the like issues are starting to develop. You can see that with most of the Indian batsmen, to be fair, but that honestly really
Yeah,
surprised me. The fact that Jaiswal in particular, like, really was poor. And in the
yeah,
previous tests, like even on the pitches that were batting friendly, he fell quite cheaply, in my opinion. What do you reckon?
yeah, yeah. I felt he just struggled all series.
hmm But
Like
when, yeah, that's true.
they had his number. The bowlers had his number from
Exactly.
except for the first innings of the entire series. The bowl since then the bowlers had his number.
Yep. KL Rahul as well. He's actually had a pretty decent series, to be fair. I had
Yeah.
my opinions like when I heard he was going to open. I was very confused because Shubman Gill has made that opening spot his own. So
Oh, 32 for 4. Sorry, sorry.
no, but with KL Rahul, I was really confused. But like the little innings he showed there, Like his kind of game is tailor made for Test cricket and ODI cricket, in my opinion. Like there's always this argument about his strike rate in IPL in particular, which is one of the
Yeah,
reasons why he moved on to a different franchise. But his style of play really suits the Test format, and I feel like here we kind of got to see that in play. What are your
yeah,
thoughts on KL
definitely.
Rahul? Do you think he struggled this series, or did he do?
No, but I thought he had a very good series. I think he played well all series. He was probably I think he was India's second best batter.
That's fair
Yeah,
enough.
if I look at the top three run scorers, first was Gill, second was Root, third was Rahul.
Yep. So
So
I
I
feel
thought he had
like
a good series.
yeah. So, but do you see them opening with him in the future though? Because I don't
Yes,
see
yeah,
that. I
yes,
don't see it.
I definitely see it. I thought he showed control from the opening, and you know, just well he's more the aggressive batter. Then if you got someone like Rahul next to him who shows the control, he 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 doesn't like try and play that outrageous shots. He just
Yeah. No, but I feel like Shubman Gill also performs that role really well though. Like
no, but I think after this series you don't move him from four. He was
mm,
way too good to move. When
maybe.
he scored that many runs, you can't move him. You
Yeah,
just
that
can't
that
move
is
him.
fair enough. So, well, do you think we're going to see this transition, Shubman Gill being a middle order batsman rather than an
Yes,
opening one? Will we see that transition?
100%. Yes,
Oh,
maybe not white ball cricket, but red ball cricket, 100%.
okay. Well, also another issue I want to talk about. The number three spot for India has kind of been like that Achilles heel, hasn't it? It's been
Yeah,
horrendous.
yeah.
They've
No,
tried
no,
Karan Nair and then Sai Sudarshan, but it hasn't worked. None of them have
no.
kind of really stepped up in that role, and even then, Karan Nair performed better at five than he
That's
did at
no,
three.
yeah,
But the only reason he's playing was because India made that many changes. Like
yeah.
Rishabh
Because of
Pant,
the injury too.
yeah,
Yeah,
like that kind of disturbed the balance of the entire side, which is why they had to get in another left-hander because Dhruv Jurel, who came in, he's a right-handed wicketkeeper. So I feel like that's the only reason this batting lineup is the way it is now because of Rishabh Pant being injured. But when Pant returns, I don't see Karan Nair continuing.
no. No, I reckon we move on to the bowlers.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the batting. We can come back to it a bit later. But yeah,
Yeah,
England bowlers. What do you make
Gus
of them?
Atkinson. Gus Atkinson.
Hmm.
He's if we had him all series, we would have won the series, man. He is so good.
Yep.
I he he was just by far England's. I reckon he got 9 wickets in one game. Imagine he played the entire thing.
It would have been mental. Would have been
Yeah,
absolutely
and
mental.
that that his first bowling innings, he got 5 wickets and for 33 runs. He has a comedy of 1.52.
I don't think any other bowler managed that the entire series, especially with how many overs he's bowled as well.
So good, so good.
It was
Um,
incredible.
then we talk about the others. Then we talk about
The
the other
others.
bowlers.
The others.
Yeah, Josh Tong. Josh Tong is right. I don't get it. He was England leading. Somehow Josh Tong was England's leading wicket taker.
What, across the entire series?
Yeah,
I mean, fair enough. He's tried what works. Just like the kind of just the way that I bowl. Try and bowl and try and see what happens.
he, I don't know if he's good or bad. I can't tell.
You can't tell.
Is he good? Is he bad? I don't know.
Yep. I mean, there's no denying
Somehow,
that some of the balls that he bowled, like they were actually
yeah,
absolute jaffers. There's no denying that, but it's just
yeah.
about the consistency.
It's not there, but he bowled all 3 wickets he got in the first innings, his first bowling innings in that game was all Jaffers. Brilliant deliveries. But besides that, It was bad, really bad.
Yeah, it was. It was horrendous.
Then we talk about, oh no, Jamie Overton.
Jamie Overton, your favorite player,
Why did
or no?
why,
Favorite
why
player.
is he there? He offered nothing across the entire game. He offered nothing in the batting perspective, nothing in the bowling. Why is he there?
Who knows? But I
We
feel
could have
like
gone with Matthew Potts. We could have gone with Sam Cook. I know they wanted that extra batter, but we didn't need the extra batter
you really
because
didn't. No, tell you what, Jamie Overton did contribute for his 16 overs, 66 runs. An
okay,
absolutely splendid bowling performance, wouldn't you say? Economy rate of
yeah,
over 4,
yeah.
outstanding.
Then we talk about another bowler who's this for me was the turning point of this game, and the Chris Wokes injury.
That was a big turning point, wasn't it?
If if he didn't get injured, we would have won that game we didn't because we didn't have to bowl. We kept on bowling the three same bowlers in the
Mhm.
second innings. Then at the end, if Chris Wokes was able to bat, we probably got the
Yeah.
last 6 runs what we needed.
I know over this podcast, like we've talked a lot about Chris Wokes and like how they need to move on from him, but like eventually, like I think we can agree that Chris Wokes has his days, doesn't he? Like
Yeah,
like he can perform on his day, and he has been England's white ball, like not white ball, red ball man leading
yeah,
from the front. Like ever since Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad retired, it was kind of Chris Wokes. Like he suddenly became England's most important bowler, especially at home. Like
yeah.
he's rubbish away, but at home he's been a
Awful.
force.
Like, if he's on the Ashes plane, I don't know what's going on.
Who I think he will be. They just won't try and play him. They don't really have many
Um,
other options, to be fair.
I would like to talk about one moment during the first batting innings of
Oh no,
India.
here we go.
Ollie Pope won a review. Finally, he
Yeah.
came in as captain and won a review. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
But
Isn't
we
he
missed Stoke
captain?
so much.
Is he captain for London Spirits in the 100? Is he the captain or?
No, Kane Williamson.
Oh, Kane Williamson. I was gonna say we could expect a sequel in the 100, but no. We'll speak about the
Yeah,
100 later. I've got some opinions to
yeah,
share.
same. Um, but yeah, we missed Stoke so much.
And genuinely, also another thing to point out about this bowling innings, Bethel didn't even bowl that many overs.
He
Like
bowled two.
yeah, you didn't really need the spinner, did you? The pacers were kind of getting
No.
the job done.
So we made the right decision by not taking a spinner, having the
Yeah.
main spinner. We
hmm
made the right decision there.
That was the right decision there. And literally one of the only times I will accept that India didn't choose Kuldeep Yadav. I'm not going to give you guys another rant on that. We've already had that 3 podcasts in a row.
Yeah. Then let's move on to England's first batting innings. We had a great opening partnership. Crawley and Duckett. Fair play to Zach Crawley. Recent times, in these last 2 tests, he's proven himself a bit, Zach,
Yeah.
that he's still a decent batter.
hmm
He's decent opener. He was England's highest run scorer in the first batting innings with 64. So
Yeah. But
we
then
take
it's
it.
but then it's a case where you say that because he's set, you would have expected him to move on to a bigger score, wouldn't you? At least that's
Yeah,
what
but
I reckon England would have
that
hoped.
pitch was really tough for the bowlers. No, not for the bowlers, for the batters. It was a really tough
Yeah,
pitch.
especially for the second innings. I feel like in the first innings, like it wasn't as difficult to but
No, it was. It was better for the batters in the second innings
do you reckon?
until a certain point when all of a sudden we'll get to the second innings later because I've got a lot of
Yeah.
opinions on that.
Yeah, but
That where all the controversial stuff happens in the 2 second innings.
no, I think what really changed between England and India was the fact that Like the top five batsmen for England, they all went past 20. If you look at
Yeah,
India, that wasn't the case. I feel like Karan Nair, who got 52, that was their highest score, and it's been mid under that. Like there hasn't been as many big scores. I'll speak about Karan Nair a bit later. It's a really sad story, but I feel like England have been really
regarding
consistent. Right.
England's second is it. I would just like to talk about Jacob Bethel really quickly. Um, it's a difficult topic because there's a major problem going on here. There's no denying he's a great player. Okay, he's young. He's 21. He's got ages left in his career. But the problem is he's not playing enough cricket.
Exactly. Yep, I agree.
These this innings proved that these two innings he had proved that he's not playing enough cricket, and it needs to change. He needs to go out there and play cricket. So I'm hoping in the 100, and this will mean even in the 100 he might not play a lot because that Birmingham Phoenix batting lineup they got so many batters.
Tune into that 100 special, just so you know.
They've got so many batters that he probably won't be that high in the order. So I don't know if he's going to get that what he needs, and that is playing cricket.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. But I feel like Jacob
So
Bethel, as like the county season goes on, I feel like he'll go and play a few first class games. I think he plays for Warwickshire. Am I correct in saying that? Warwickshire?
I don't know where he plays.
But like I know he's gonna play quite a few games for Birmingham Phoenix. I think they have that power packed top order, but I think they can fit in Jacob Bethel there somewhere, especially since he offers something with the ball, which is a lot more than some of the other players they have in their lineup. But
Yeah,
it is a
we'll
really
see.
interesting thing to talk about. Like like we've seen it so many times, haven't we? Like there's so much talent in like that England top order, but then just trying to get Jacob Bethel in there, trying to shoehorn him in. Like we've seen it so many times. They're just refusing to drop Ollie Pope. Like
Because I see why now. I see why they're refusing to drop him. I see what the because Jacob Bethel has not played enough cricket to warrant a place over Ollie Pope. He's
mhm.
not. He, well, he needs to play cricket. It's just
As simple
he's
as
been
that.
yeah. It's just all the every single the first four games of the he's just been sat on the bench. The only time they told him to go and play for his county was the first game. Then after that, the last three test matches, he's just been sat on the bench, not doing anything.
Yeah.
So, and you go bringing him into a big game at the end to go out there and get some runs for you. He's just not going to do it, is he?
Yeah, I feel like it should have been a case where I don't think he should have played this series if that was going to be the case. Like, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, or if he was going to play the series,
He should
you
play
play him
every
first
game
game.
or play
Yeah,
every single game. Like it should have been like it's not a case of either or, and that's kind of what England have failed to do here. So I think maybe for next
powerful.
time I'd okay, you go first.
No, you go.
Okay,
You go.
so like the Ashes are in November, so if we count down, we have like most of August left, September and October. Like those are
He, he,
3 months
he
for
needs to be playing every ODI and T20
yeah.
possible.
He needs to be getting some matches under his belt if he's even going to be considered for the Ashes. At least that's just my opinion.
He will be in that squad. There's no doubt he'll be in the squad, but if he plays, that's the question.
Yeah, 100%.
I've heard a rumour, I don't know if it's true, but though England's got some ODIs coming up against New Zealand right just before the Ashes.
I think I don't think it's been confirmed, but if that's the case, then that would help.
Let me have a look.
Yeah.
Because if this were true, yeah, we've got three ODIs on the 26th of October, 29th of October, and 1st of November against New Zealand. I've got three T20s.
Yeah.
Apparently, in those three ODIs, England are going to play their test squad.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case because
That was in fact I'm going to play a test squad to get him ready for the Ashes.
Ollie Pope's gonna make his ODI debut. So exciting.
Yes. Well, our test squad will play probably not Ben Stokes.
Yeah, probably not. Just a hunch. Just a hunch.
Just so he don't end up collapsing and
Yeah.
getting injured.
Mhm. He has fragile bones. What can we say?
Yes.
Anyway, let's move on to the Indian bowling innings. I feel like the Indian
Yeah.
bowlers here, they were impressive. There's no doubt about it. Like,
Man,
Mohammad Siraj, you've got kind of a thing against him. Ollie's got a lot of beef against him.
it's just about what happened at the end. I'll explain it when we get to
Yeah,
there.
when we get to it, then he can rant
Yeah.
about it then. But Mohammad Siraj, I've seen it so many times, like in articles. Like, India do not appreciate this man enough. Like, he's actually
Mm,
been. I haven't seen the exact numbers, but I feel like he has been their leading wicket taker this series.
yeah.
Like,
No, was he? Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah,
yeah, I'm pretty sure because
yeah, he was. He was the leading wicket taker of the entire series.
I'm not surprised. He's played all
Second,
5 matches, and then
second was Josh Song. Third was Ben Stokes. Bumrah's not even top three. I've got an interesting point at on Bumrah at the end.
yeah, that's fair enough. In fact, speaking of Bumrah here, like he genuinely wasn't needed. Like Prasid
That,
Krishna,
I said we're going to talk
Akashdeep.
about him at the end. We'll
Okay,
talk about him at the end.
yeah, but the three-man pace attack that actually did pretty decent. I wasn't expecting them to get that much done, but I feel like it's a case of what you said at the start. The pitch kind of favored the bowlers a bit more.
Yeah,
But then it also linked to what I said in an earlier podcast with Prasid Krishna, like that hit the deck approach, which is why I was surprised why he wasn't playing more. Like, because, like, if you were so worried about Jasprit Bumrah being injured, you wouldn't have played him 2 tests in a row. But then
yeah,
Prasid Krishna, he's a lot more less injury prone than Jasprit Bumrah, which is why I'm
yeah,
confused why he hasn't played all 5 tests. But that hit the deck, middle over enforcer kind of approach that he has, that's really made a point here. Like he's picked up a fourfer, and it's been impressive. Wouldn't you agree?
yeah. Yeah, I thought the orders were impressive. England was very aggressive in that first innings. Very aggressive. We didn't get. We only got 247 runs, but in 51 overs, we got 247 runs.
Yeah, that's impressive.
We was going very aggressive, and
Mhm. And it's just the way that they managed to come back from that, like that after, especially after that opening partnership.
yeah,
Also, I'm
and it was gone.
all right. I'm surprised.
We're very tired today, people.
Yep. We've tried to record this at least 5, 6 times. But Ravindra Jadeja, I'm surprised he didn't bowl more overs. I'm surprised. Like, cause
Yeah,
even
but
if
there's nothing for the spinners.
like,
Absolutely
yeah,
nothing.
I know. Even if there was nothing for the spinners, though, I'm surprised they still didn't bowl him enough because
No, he was just getting hit for runs though. When they bowled him, it just wasn't. They knew they changed right away, but it just wasn't working. Like, it wasn't going to work.
I was just gonna say because back in India, even when those pitches weren't working, they'd still persist with Jadeja just because of the fact that he bowls it quick, and then it almost skids onto the batters a bit more. But maybe that's a different case here in England. Like
Yeah,
it's a whole different ball game in England, quite literally. Right, moving on to the next Indian batting innings.
yes,
Ooh,
much better. This was when during this you saw a change where all of a sudden the pitch started to do stuff for the batters. It
it
became
really did.
tougher to
Yep.
bowl. I'm going to talk about the bowling innings first.
Okay, we'll talk about the
Tom
bowlings and we'll move back.
somehow got five. Somehow he got 5 wickets.
Somehow he got 5. Just
Um,
rolled
Gu-
rolled his fingers and
Gu-
hoped for the best.
yeah, Gus got 3. Good bowling again from Gus. Solid.
Yeah, 8 for the match. A nice little return.
Yeah. Jamie Overton got 2.
Oh, look, he contributed 2 wickets. He could. He
Yeah.
look, he got 2.
But I think one big thing we missed was having that fourth bowler. We
Yeah.
missed having that fourth bowler. If we had that fourth bowler, it'd been much better.
Mhm.
Because that Wokes injury, if Wokes can get injured, I'm telling you, we would have won that game. Because India only had 3 fast bowlers. England would have had 4 fast bowlers.
Mhm. Yeah. 100%. Especially with Wokes being able to bat as well. Like we've spoken
Yeah.
about England's batting depth pretty much every single podcast. Like we've
Yeah.
talked about that difference between that and India and how that should have let England won the series, but
Yeah.
such is life.
Yeah. The batting innings.
Yeah,
Jaswal got a very good 118.
yeah.
Very good innings.
What's
Um,
funny, the very first innings of the series managed to get a century. Look what happened again. Very last
yeah.
innings of the series. I see a
I'll give
coincidence.
a big shout out to Akash Deep. Came in as a night watchman and got 66.
Yeah, it's I've made this pinch hitter comment before. Like I don't know whether it was this podcast or the last one, but I've spoken about like the value of a pinch hitter, and like that. This is exactly what I was talking about. Especially sending out like I wasn't aware Akashdeep was a pinch hitter. I didn't know that. But as a night watchman, when you're there, like, and then when you're going overnight, so in the morning, you might as well have a go because blocking the
Yeah,
ball isn't going to do much. And do you know? I think he really replaced Rishabh Pant really well with his funky shots. Who needs Rishabh
yeah.
Pant when we've got Akashdeep?
I think they do need Rishabh Pant.
I completely agree. The first innings it showed why because the thing is when a team is under the pump, they can do one of two things. They can either be over conservative, where they try and block the ball, block every single ball, even a half volley, and then they miss out on a free boundary, or they can counter-attack, which immediately puts them on the
Yeah,
back foot. That's where Rishabh Pant really comes in well, especially in this Indian batting lineup, because I'd say the only attacking batsman here, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Rishabh Pant. I'd say they're the only two attacking ones.
hey, about Washington Sunday there at the end.
Okay, that was
He
only
sort of just getting big sixes,
against
battering at
Harry
bowlers
Brook.
at the end.
Against Harry Brook.
No, no, no. I'm on about this innings.
Fair enough.
At the end, he got 53 off 46 balls.
Oh yeah, did he?
Yeah,
Okay then. Three: Yashasvi Jaiswal, Sundar, and Rishabh Pant. But notice they're
so
all left-handers.
at the end, he, England, England had them for what did they have them for? 357 for 9. Then Washington Sunder got them to 396. Wow.
Yeah, an absolutely crucial innings. That kind of
Yeah,
it was that innings that kind of saved the test for them.
yeah,
Right, should we move on to England's second innings then? I bet you've been waiting a while for this one.
yeah. So Duckett got a good 54. He played well. Root and Brook, so
Yep.
good,
Mhm.
so good batting from both of them.
Yep. Joe
The
Root and
point
Harry Brook have
England,
had an amazing series, haven't they?
yeah, we was in trouble. Then I was like, yeah, we're definitely going to lose this. No hope. Then them two just came to the crease and gave us a massive chance of winning the game.
Yep.
But Harry Brook, he probably had. It was one of his best centuries I think I've seen him do. Because
That's fair enough.
most because of the conditions, it was brilliant. But the shot what he got out to,
Oh
I've seen
yeah.
a
Hmm.
lot of people has called him out on the shot. What? Because they say you didn't play that shot, that stupid shot. We would have won the game. But it was a great innings. Root got out when the pitch. Right, this was a crazy end. It was one of the most dramatic end to test matches you might ever see.
Yep. Mhm.
Because all of a sudden the batting was great, and all of a sudden after tea on day 4, it became a bowler's pitch. It was so weird. All of a sudden,
Yep.
it looked impossible to bat on. So Raj was destroying our batters out there. Ivan Krishna, we couldn't breathe. It was so intense at the end.
I feel like it's a
Then
lot to do as well with like because India were asking for quite a few ball changes, weren't they? So
yeah,
that might have also played a part, but especially under lights, the pitch can change dramatically.
and it did,
Hmm.
really did.
It
Then Jacob Bethel got 5. I feel sad for him. I really, because I've seen he's getting a lot of hate for no reason. You should when you should they showed a picture on Sky. He went back to the dressing room. He was in tears. He was literally heartbroken. Then Stokes came over to consult him, but yeah, he knows that he could have batted so much better, and he
yeah,
know how crucial him coming in was, because he knows that would have been Stokes, and Stokes loves a good old chase, don't he? So
yep.
Stokes thrives in the situation when Stokes thrives in that situation, and Bethel knew he knew he felt he left the team up down big time.
But it's not really. It hasn't really been his fault though. It just hasn't
No,
played that much cricket.
then all of a sudden we're like James Smith and Jamie Richardson, and all of a sudden it starts raining on day 4.
Yep.
End up going to day 5. It was quite crazy. I thought, why? I was like, come on, I don't want a day 5.
Meant
So
we would have
that
got this
meant,
podcast out a lot earlier.
yeah, it meant that this Test series played every single day of Test cricket.
Yep.
25 days out of 25 completed.
That is crazy.
It, it's been an all-time a series what people never forget. It's one great. It'll be remembered as one of the great series.
It really will. It has been an amazing series. Like loads of things were on offer, and now, bye bye content.
No, we got the 100.
We've got way too much content, but this was one of the best. I think this was one of the best things to start the podcast off. This
Yeah,
was,
England.
yep, that was an amazing start, but we can keep going through the 100. Anyway, I
Yes,
want to speak a little bit about the Indian bowlers. So,
yeah. Oh wait, I'm not done talking about the batters yet. We still haven't
oh,
got to
okay,
the
we'll go on.
so
We'll finish off.
the umpires. Right, okay.
Okay. Ah, here's his little rant about the umpires. I've had to listen to this before. You guys are in for a treat.
No, but you'll probably agree with me, yeah. That all of a sudden, so it was a day 5. It's very intense. You could tell the intensity was all over the place. That I bet the umpires probably felt it too. Um, but some of the decisions were very weird. Like James Smith got out when he nicked it to the wicketkeeper. Yeah, they didn't give it out. India didn't review it. The umpires reviewed it.
The umpires reviewed it.
Yes, they
Oh,
checked themselves,
but
even though he quite obviously nicked it, but they wasn't sure for some reason. James Smith started walking, and they reviewed it.
oh, that's quite confusing. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. Cause
Then the Jamie Overton wicket, right? He came in, he started day 5, he hit 2 4s back to back.
he did something good for a change.
But then he he got out to umpire's call. That's just like umpire's call
Hmm. Yeah, but
in
that's
big
that.
moments
You can
like
make
that.
that argument for almost any batter, though.
No. It's not about that. It's not about that. If most umpires that you were the umpire and you saw that where it hit his pad, most umpires would never give that out. I mean, never. Because, and also, the umpire took literally about 2 minutes to raise his finger.
Yep. I think he might have been quite confused. Like the
Because
umpires for that test, Ahsan Raza and Dharmasena. Yeah, I know these two guys. Like they're very experienced, so I don't think it's a case of any bias here. Like Ahsan
hey,
Raza,
no, no,
he's
no,
a pa-
no, what do you say? What do you say about the ICC?
Why do you think the
Because I
ICC has
fully
an eye
agree.
in it?
Because I fully agree. Because then also it was like a couple balls later. Was it to? I think it was to Gus Atkinson. They. It was quite obviously. It was literally. You could tell straight away. It was never out. It's definitely go down leg side. It was going
Yeah.
very leg side. It was nowhere near the wicket. They gave it straight away. Didn't even hesitate.
Dang. I mean, I haven't seen the ball, so I can't really comment on that. But
Yeah,
I,
they
I,
didn't hesitate and gave it out straight away.
I feel like it's just really hard being an umpire, though, isn't it? Like we can say all this, we can sit here and say that, but when you're down there in that kind of pressure situation in an England and India match, it's a different story.
I know, but it's just very, very frustrating that
Yeah, this is England bias you coming in here. You know, just a trigger warning.
it's just felt like they, they, I'm not. They were just very weird at the end. I felt there was also they kept on. This was for England and India, but did you notice? I don't know if you noticed that they kept on telling the bowlers and the team why they didn't give it out. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't. I didn't actually watch the test live. So just so you guys are aware, I actually can't watch the tests live for various reasons. So Ollie's gonna be the. I have to trust his word on it because he has watched all of the tests live. Like,
So yeah, this only happened in the last test for some weird reason, but they kept on telling the players why they didn't give it out. That means they
that
didn't
that
review
might have been a
because
feedback issue though. Like they might have asked the players from the fourth test, like, how was the umpiring good or something like that, and then they might have
no,
given that as feedback.
yeah, I know, but you don't do that as an umpire. You're not supposed to tell the players why you didn't get it out before they reviewed because they told them while the what's called the clock was the DRS time was still on. They told them why they didn't give it out. So it was like,
Okay,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. At least when the clock is down, then you can tell them. But you don't
they,
just tell them before though. That doesn't make any sense.
they was like, oh yeah, too high, too high. So India was like, oh yeah, well review then.
Oh, that is crazy. That's
Then
basically the kind of umpiring you would expect in secondary school or like in primary school, like where all the children just run up to the umpire and then like shaking their fists at them, saying why they didn't give it out.
then before we move on to bowlers, and then I've got another rant about India at the end. I just want to talk about the last partnership
hmm
of Atkinson and Chris Wokes.
I mean, first of all, let's give Chris Wokes a round of applause, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, what a man. Coming
Exactly.
out, you could tell every time he ran, his arm was killing.
Yeah.
He,
I don't think he even faced a ball, didn't he? He didn't even face a ball.
no, he didn't face for it. And why I was shouting Gus Atkinson that he batted well, so that thing he didn't have to face a ball.
Exactly. He didn't really have a choice, to
And
be honest.
and he looked Gus Atkinson looked like he had a bit of control at that fair to him.
He did. I feel like that's
He
something
just
we
had
don't talk about. That's something we don't talk about enough. Gus Atkinson's batting ability. Like the
Gus
man's got a
Atkinson
test
good batter.
century.
Yeah, yeah. It's me. Last year was a year of Atkinson because how good he was last year in tests. So summer, amazing. One of the greatest summers for debutant you'll see for Gus Atkinson.
He's genuinely. I feel like when they eventually move on from Chris Wokes, I think Gus Atkinson could be the new leader of the pack. What do you reckon?
I reckon he already is. He just was injured. He he was just injured, so he couldn't be the leader of the attacks.
hmm Right
Yeah,
then.
So yeah, let's talk about the bowlers. Oh, Mohamed Siraj, great.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a really interesting correlation, like with the games that Jasprit Bumrah hasn't played and the games which India have won.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get
Yep.
to that man in a minute.
I feel like ever since the pitch changed, that's where India really took their opportunities. Like,
After day 4,
exactly. Like, we saw a lot more spin here, but spin didn't do as much. Like, even though
no,
they, yeah, but they were getting tonked everywhere. Like, especially towards the start. The economy rates are very high. But then at the end of the day, it's Test cricket.
Siraj,
You're
he
looking
was
to,
so good at
yep, you're looking to take 20 wickets at the end of the day.
it.
Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna. I'm telling you right now, these two are bowlers, Indian bowlers for the future. They're real, like, they might not be the youngest. Siraj, 31, then Prasidh Krishna is about 30. But I feel like they can genuinely be India's strike bowlers for the next 3 or 4 years. They could be perfect when Jasprit Bumrah eventually comes back in. But let's move to your Jasprit Bumrah point. I'm really interested to hear this.
Yeah, talk about this. I'll rant about India at the end there.
Yep.
So Jasprit Bumrah, that I think he. So if you look at it, Jasprit Bumrah, the 3 games he played, they didn't win. The 2 games he didn't play, they won. I think it shows something about how batters will approach the Indian bowlers when Jasprit Bumrah was there. That when Jasprit Bumrah was there, how England approached the bowlers, it made Jasprit Bumrah. I know he took the wickets, but it did kind of make him a weakness because
Mm-hmm. I
they
agree.
know this their mentality would have been would just defend Bumrah and attack the other bowlers, and it
Exactly.
worked. It worked.
I
So
mean,
this
yeah.
no matter how great Jasprit Bumrah is great, he takes a wicket, but batters are know what to do now against the Indian bowling attack when Bumrah's playing. Defend against Bumrah, attack against the others.
I can give you so many examples to where that's been done in white ball cricket and ODI cricket, because that's been the issue with India. They've had one amazing white ball bowler in Jasprit Bumrah, but then ever since they've moved past Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, ever since they've moved past him as an opening bowler, it's really been a downfall from there, which is which is why they haven't been winning as many ICC tournaments. Jasprit Bumrah, he's a threat, but just like you said, even now in Test cricket, people are just playing him out, then they're trying to attack the weaker links of the bowling lineup. And I talked about this on the last podcast, but the fact that India have Jasprit Bumrah, I'm gonna briefly touch on their big egos. Like in the fact that when they have Jasprit Bumrah, they think they're invincible in more ways than one.
Yeah,
But but I need to stop. Anyway, the fact that they have Jasprit Bumrah means that the other bowlers feel very relaxed. They don't feel like they can push as much, which may or may not be the case. But this is purely speculation. But like, I genuinely think that that can be one of the reasons why when Jasprit Bumrah played, then that's why the Indian bowlers suddenly looked more toothless, especially when he played back-to-back games. I didn't think
yeah.
anyone was expecting for his pace and bite to drop as significantly as it did. Like that was genuinely a surprise to most people. I'm not surprised by it at all. The fact that his workload has been so poorly managed, like I only think Pakistan could have made his workload even worse than India, and that's
Yeah.
saying something.
I thought England made a mistake with our selection too. I don't think we should have played Archer back to back.
Probably not.
I reckon we should save him for the 5th Test.
I mean, maybe, but at the end of the day, it's about getting Archer ready for the Ashes, and I feel like in those 2 tests, he kind of proved, like, he was able to bowl for long periods of time, and they kind of let him have the 3 tests off as, like, job well done. Like,
Yeah,
that was the main aim of this series, just to get Jofra Archer back into bowling, Like, however deep they threw him into the deep end, which is kind of ironic considering the fact he dropped a fish tank, which made him
Yeah.
have one of his worst injury runs. So I find that very ironic, but we move on.
And I would like to talk about how India showed themselves once
Oh,
again.
here we go.
Just it's just not. So the series ended in a draw. So after the game, the Indian players started celebrating like crazy.
They did.
The coach just ran onto the pitch straight away. Then they did a lap of honour at the end.
For a draw.
Yeah. And Carol Rahul said in his interview, nobody expected India to win a game. That there was massive underdogs.
Yep, I remembered that. You sent an angry message about that.
Massive underdogs. India. When have India ever been a massive underdog in anything
In
in
their
cricket?
dreams. In their
Yeah.
dreams.
Then this means you could tell England were disappointed with the draw. India looked thrilled with the draw.
I
But
think that was mainly just because of the position they were in, because England were absolutely expecting to win that test, and then India just
yes,
barely managed to scrape to life. So I feel
but
like
then you look at the Old Trafford test and you're like, you could have won that.
exactly.
you're, you're celebrating a draw. You could have been celebrating a win.
hmm
Because in most times in this series, they're calling themselves the underdogs. But in most times this series,
They've had the upper
they was in
hand.
control. They was in control. But I think, but if you had to look at England or India, who would you say had the better series? Who would you think take more positives from the series?
I think England. I'd say England.
I would agree because I think we showed that we can get ourselves out of tough
Exactly.
positions.
And then we talk about it again, like getting those bowlers who are injured match ready for the Ashes in 3 months' time. Jofra Archer, Gus Atkinson, and then using the whole bowling pool. But
They
then,
was calling themselves
yeah,
the underdogs. All their bowlers was fit and ready to
exactly.
play.
And the issue is that they themselves ruined Jasprit Bumrah because I
Yeah,
reckon if he managed to play in this test, India would have won it quite easily, in my opinion. If he had been rest for the fourth test and played the fifth, then that could have genuinely led to India winning. That's my opinion.
like England only had Atkinson for one game. We didn't have Mockwood for the entire series. We
Exactly.
we had to we had Archer who was only could play 2 games, and we stuck with that. Then we we ran Cos into the ground, him and Wokes.
hmm
That at the end he was like, why they're still playing?
Yep.
It, it's just like India, they're trying to create a narrative for what's not
Yeah.
true.
Now, I've got another point about India as well. Like you said, England stuck to the fact that Archer should only play 2 games. India broke their rules. They wanted, I think the idea initially played Jasprit Bumrah for the first test, third test, then the fifth. But they broke
Yeah,
it. They made him play the first, the third, and the fourth. And by the fourth,
yeah.
he was absolutely run into the ground. I'd argue even worse than Bryden Carson and Chris Wokes. Because the thing about those two, like, they might not be as amazing as Jasprit Bumrah, but they're able to play more than he is. Like, so that the few
Yeah.
games that he does play, even though he's really good, you have England bowlers who are consistently performing every single time. Yes, that's resulted in Chris Wokes having a shoulder dislocation, but still, even if
But
he is,
that wasn't because of fitness. That was because he went to stop a boundary and landed awkwardly. That's not because of fitness.
no, it's because the amount of games that he's played, he's had more opportunities to
No,
get
no,
injured.
I'm on
I
about the
meant,
shoulder injury.
oh yeah, fair enough. Okay,
I'd
but
say that wasn't because he wasn't fit. That was just generally freak accident. So it's not like Wokes could have easily played all 5 games.
hmm But then that brings about a question. Do you reckon Works will be ready for the Ashes though? If it's a dislocation.
Um, I don't think he's going to play a lot on the Ashes, to be honest.
So who are we saying is replacing Chris Wokes then? Who are we replacing him with?
No, I reckon he'll be there.
I don't think England would want to take the risk though. This might be his last test. That's at least my opinion.
No, he'll be there. He'll be there.
But obviously they won't play him as much. So I'm asking the question:
No.
who's gonna play in his place? Who do you see
Oh no.
as the most Chris Wokesy out of the England bowlers?
What do you mean by Chris Wokes? Like the all rounder of the bowlers, the main all rounder of the bowlers.
Yeah, the main all-rounder in the bowlers. Who do you think takes up that
Good,
mantle?
good.
Gus Atkinson, leader of the
Yeah,
attack, and
yeah.
putting some pressure on him now, aren't we?
He can deal with that pressure, mate. Gus Atkinson is England's best Test bowler right now.
He's built different.
Exactly, he is.
Right, do we have anything more to talk about for England and India, or can we put a line under that? We've talked about that for like, I think 45 minutes.
Yeah, just something really, really, really quickly. That is about it's a mini thing that Harry Brook got by the Indian coach. Harry Brook got voted Player of Series by the Indian coach.
Wow. I mean, fair enough.
It should have been Joe Root, or Ben Stokes, but okay.
But at least the Indian biasy didn't go that high. We can at least put it on there.
They should choose Bashir.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. No, not even Shoaib Bashir. Liam Dawson performed much better.
I would have played him in the fifth game, by the way.
Now, I swear you said you were happy that you didn't go in with a genuine spinner.
Yeah, I was, but I meant batting wise.
Yeah, I mean, I can
I
agree
was
with that. I can agree.
I would have played him over Bethel.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Right then, do we move on to the 100 now? This is, well, I've been excited for this one.
Yes. The first game of men's
Yeah.
100. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, before any of that, me and Ollie have a fantasy league for the 100. I think we
Yeah.
mentioned this in a post before. We'll put a link to that in the description below if you want to join. Currently, I am beating him right now. I'm on 200
Wait, let me check. Because there's a game going on right now.
Oh yeah, let me check. I'll check mine as well.
One of my players got a wicket, that George Adams.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, I'm first.
No
I'm on
way.
278
No way
points.
he's taken first place.
Yeah, I'm on 278 points. You're on 252.
Oh, dang it, I am second.
That George Adams got 37
Oh,
points.
I'm on 252. Wait, I feel like the only player I've selected for this game is Laura Woolvard.
Yeah, George Adams got 37 points.
Okay, right. It's so hard to see in these shades.
Not surprised.
I am blind as a bat. Right, Okay, so Manchester Originals are batting first. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, they're shocking.
Woolvard is playing, right? At least I hope so. Because if she isn't, then I've kind of ruined my whole team.
Let me have a look.
Okay,
Woolvard.
she is. She's playing. Okay. I think she's my. No, she isn't my vice captain. That was Nat Siver-Brunt. So, guys, don't
Yeah.
make the same mistake I did. I picked the players who aren't playing for this block. So, that's the only reason why I'm low down on points. I'm going to blame it on that. Otherwise, I'd be a lot higher.
Yeah, how do you find the first game in the men's?
I was surprised. That's the word that I have. Surprised.
Surprised.
Because I know how bad the Lord's pitch was for the 100. Like, I feel like you ask me the worst pitch in the 100, I'd either give you Sophia Gardens or Lord's, but then I'd say Lord's every single time just because of the 100 final between Trent Rockets and Manchester Originals. That was not a 100 final. That was a Test Championship final, I have to say. But like my issue
Yeah,
was like I've even seen an article on it earlier. They're getting rid of the 100 branded balls. They're using the ones from the T20 Blast now.
yeah, because last year,
Scoring rates were
it,
down.
yeah, but yeah, London Spirit. Oh my days.
Oh my, yeah. I think we predicted this. We predicted this before. They weren't gonna be very high. I think we both kind of predicted that on the 100 special.
But you got to give it to they are missing quite a few players.
Exactly. They are missing quite a few players, but I feel like
They're missing
yeah,
they're missing Crawley, Pope, Smith.
mhm. Like three of arguably their most central batters.
Yeah, that top order is just horrific. Keaton Jennings and David Warner
I
opening.
think I've even said this before. Keaton Jennings, like he is not a 100 player. I don't know why he was playing.
I was so happy when David Warner got out.
Of course you were happy.
Couldn't happen to a more nicer person.
Yep. But I genuinely think they shouldn't have done. I feel like when Zach Crawley comes back in, then I reckon he replaces Keaton Jennings.
Yeah,
Because, yeah, he's not much of an improvement, but at least you have a right hand, left hand combination going.
yeah.
I'm actually going to see the batting lineup because I cannot remember it off the top of my head. So I
Well, the
will.
London Spirit one is Keaton Jennings, David Warner, Kane Williamson, Wayne Madsen, Ashton Turner, John Simpson, Liam Dawson, Ryan Higgins, Luke Wood,
Yeah,
Richie Beeson, and
I
Dan
have a
Morgan.
problem with this bowling lineup. There's major issues here. Major issues.
Major, the back lineup's awful.
I mean, first of all, Kane Williamson, he's an opening batsman. Yes, he bats at in the middle order sometimes, but I see him as an opening batsman. There's no excuse to why he can't be opening alongside David Warner. There's no excuse. You have the tailor-made opening lineup right there, David Warner and Kane Williamson. Then Wayne Madsen in at 4. He's not a middle order player. He is a number 3 player. He's done that for Derbyshire, I'm pretty sure. Like he's a number 3 player. Why is he in at 4? Next, John Simpson and Ashton Turner. I don't mind the batting positions, but let's think of the caliber of player we've got here. Ashton Turner, I don't mind Ashton player. Ashton player. Ashton Turner, I don't mind him. He's proved himself enough in many franchise leagues. But then sending him above Josh Turner, John Turner, I've actually lost the plot. I've lost my tongue.
We can tell.
Yep. Tell you what, we should get Josh Tongan up in here. I should borrow his tongue. Anyway, John John Simpson. I feel like you remember him from previous seasons of the 100, right? He played for Northern Superchargers. Not too bad, not too bad. But he should have batted ahead of Ashton Turner. He should have batted ahead of him. Because Ashton Turner is a finisher. He's not like that crisis man you can go to. And then
Bad.
it was bad. It was horrendous, in fact. I don't think they hit single six. They didn't hit a single six.
No.
Did you notice?
Yeah.
So
bowling, man.
that's
The bowling from over Invincibles.
it was amazing, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, Rashid Khan.
Yeah, we have our opinions about Rashid Khan, don't we? But at the end of the
Why
day,
did he leave?
yeah, why did he leave? But you know,
Because
the one good thing he was used for, one good thing, got me a bunch of fantasy points.
Same there.
Yep. But I feel
But
like,
it could be alcohol owners.
but you know, the thing is, like this pitch here, this isn't Trent Bridge. I feel like that's really one of the things that could have led Rashid Khan to going to Oval Invincibles because
The only reason is the alcohol owners. He had to move. He had no choice.
Yeah, fair enough. But then also, it could be a little bit of a blessing in disguise for him because you've seen the Oval and then Lords.
Yeah,
They're quite similar, wouldn't you agree? Quite similar.
yeah.
Like in the fact that spin plays a major part depending on which strip you play on. This one, spin played a major part. Like, I feel like, especially when we look at the second innings, like we could see that spin played a major part with Rashid Khan getting 3 wickets. But then Nathan Salter as well, he did pretty decent. Like I know
Sam Curran.
yeah, Sam Curran. We kind of we didn't talk much about we didn't talk many great things about the Curran brothers in the podcast, the 100 special. We didn't talk about many of them, but Sam Curran, I've seen this on TikTok before, like that one delivery that was so slow.
Yeah,
It was
47 mile per hour.
yeah, that was it was something.
Yeah.
Right then.
There's not much to talk about this game. It was a really bad game.
It was like I feel like that's been the issue with the 100, especially with last year as well. As a format that you're trying to push as the fastest scoring format, I feel like it really isn't. It really hasn't been that way, hasn't it? Especially on pitches.
It was the thing is, it's been the last 2 years. Before 2024, it was really quick.
Yep. But
But not
the
but
issues come from like these pitches that we've talked about, like Sophia Gardens,
yeah.
Lords, Oval. Then we could even say Old Trafford in some cases. Like these pitches.
The two pitches, the
No,
two pitches were great are Trent Bridge and Edgbaston.
exactly. Those two pitches have been like run scoring machines. Like they've actually been incredible. But then when you look at all the other pitches, they're just way too in favor of the bowlers. So I don't know if it's a case of like whether bringing in that new ball will help, or whether you have to sit here and think about maybe shifting in them, or maybe changing the pitches slightly.
Like, it's just poor. I'll
It really
just
was.
quickly talk about the Liam Dawson.
Yep,
He bowled really, really well.
Yep.
Of 20 deliveries, he conceded 9 runs and got 2 wickets.
Yeah, I mean, truth be told, the batting from Oval Invincibles wasn't anything special in my opinion.
No, it didn't need to be anything special.
It didn't need to be, but I felt
That why it wasn't entertaining because
Mhm.
the London Spirit got bowled out for 80. So Over Invincibles knew that they didn't need to like go full aggressive. They could just
Yeah. But then
slowly
I
get
feel
there.
like that's
So that
kind
was
of
it.
a failing point though, because what they could have done, they could have pushed for that early run rate advantage, like the net run rate, because we all know that comes in so crucial in any franchise tournament or even a World Cup. The fact that you can get a high net run rate, like that honestly helps you so much. So I feel like Oval Invincibles really missed a trick here, especially the fact that Will Jacks is an amazing hitter of spin, and then
Yeah.
even his opening partner. Tawanda, I'm just gonna call him Will
Come
Jack's
to
opening
wonder.
partner. But
Come to wonder.
honestly, from what I've seen from him, like I think he played the 100 last year for the Oval Invincibles.
Yeah.
But he is ever
He's played
present.
quite
Yeah,
a few.
he's ever present in Kent, in the Kent Spitfires lineup. So like he's been a good six spin hitter as well. But then that's why I'm so confused because they could have killed the game at the start. They could have got a high net run rate, and
I
it
don't
wasn't.
think I was bothered about that.
No, but this game it could come back to haunt them, especially when we come to the end
I
of the
don't think it
season.
will. I really don't think it's they just looked really good at bowling. They look like a massive problem for teams.
Their bowling does look like a massive problem, especially in the couple seasons. Like their pace bowling has always been good, but then Rashid Khan is kind of like the missing cog in their spin bowling lineup. Wouldn't you agree? He makes it look that much more threatening.
It wasn't even a problem last year. The last 3 years, their bowling line's been superb. They've replaced Adam Zampa with Rashid Khan. Adam Zampa was
Exactly.
great last year. and they've just got someone who's a little bit better, but still amazing.
Yep, I completely agree. Right then, we've talked quite a lot in this podcast. What do you reckon?
I think I think you need to do one little quick segment about your team before we end it.
Right. I won't keep you guys any longer, but Pakistan and West Indies, that's a series I wanted to talk about just quite briefly. Like, we won against them 2-1, which, not gonna lie, I'm happy about. But I'm also slightly disappointed as well, because the second
Oh
game
no,
was absolutely horrendous. But I feel like genuinely, this has been a decent series for Pakistan. There's been quite a few things that has come to light. Like, for example, Mohammad Nawaz re-emerged as, I think, one of our best spinners. Like, because it's always been an option between Imad Wasim or Mohammad Nawaz over the last decade or so, I'd say. And we've always favoured Imad Wasim just because of the fact he's been one of the best opening bowlers in the power play for so many years. He's been that good. But then Mohammad Nawaz, he's sort of an all-format bowler, like all forms of the game. Like he can bowl
yeah,
middle overs, and he can bowl at the death as well. But Imad Wasim, he's not useful outside of the power play. He specializes in the power play, and then even
yeah,
as a floater, he hasn't been that good. Mohammad Nawaz, however, he's a better floater. Like we've seen it against India in the Asia Cup. The fact that he came up higher
that,
in the
that's
order.
coming up to.
Yeah, it is coming up soon. But we play a tri-series before then, I think.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
But I want to also talk about Sufyan Makeem. I'm disappointed with Pakistan. I seriously am. This has been a youngster who's been performing so well for the last couple years, and we only just decide to give him a run of games. Like, I'm expecting him to play the Asia Cup. Like, but obviously we have Abrar Ahmed, so it's obviously like it really depends. Abrar Ahmed, he's not a leg spinner, he's a mystery spinner. But then he doesn't know how to bat, which then it confuses me because he's not that good of a bowler to put in who can't bat. Like I think he could
yeah,
have genuinely been a Sunil Narayan if he upgraded his batting. But then what can we do? This is the issue with
yeah,
Pakistan. We don't have many all-rounders, which is why players like Fahim Ashraf and Shadab Khan, they're gold. They are absolute diamonds. But then when you don't include them in a team to play, when you try and move on from them and try and find someone new, when that fails, you move back to them, but by then it's too late. So Pakistan cricket is
yeah.
just
But
in shambles.
really quick, how do you fancy your chances for the Asia Cup?
Uh, no. I don't. I'm
No,
being realistic here. There's no way, especially with the
giving you.
emergence of India. Like, especially look at how they've managed to steamroll the 2025 Champions Trophy. I don't think we have any chance against that.
Do you could get to the final?
It's interesting. It's really interesting because the Asia Cup. Where's that being held again? That being held in India?
No, Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai in the UAE. I think
Yeah,
like we came up short against Sri Lanka last time. That really annoyed me because Sri Lanka genuinely they're not as good as many people think they are. Like, especially with some of the like performances. But they are underdogs. I'd say Sri Lanka are going to be the underdogs for this Asia Cup. Bangladesh cricket is an even more shambles than Pakistan cricket. I'd say they're in an even worse position.
I've got one last question before we end.
Okay, one
Does
last question.
Noman Ali and Sajid Khan play any other format?
Okay, no, they don't.
No, good. Don't like them, especially that celebration. Ali go like, yeah, something like that.
Oh,
Who did that celebration? Was it Khan?
I think it might have been. I think Sajad Khan was the mustache
Yeah, yeah,
twirling.
with that celebration. Yeah, with the celebration like that every single time.
Yep.
That annoys me.
I think the Test series against England really annoyed you, didn't it? The fact that we beat
Well,
them. Hmm.
Yeah, that's because you just cheated with the pictures, but okay.
Okay, we didn't cheat with the pictures. We were playing to our
You
strengths.
definitely did. You definitely cheated with the pictures.
Look, you can't say anything. You had quality spinners in your lineup as well. Who did you have
No,
in
we
your?
didn't. We have quality spinners, yeah? Bashir and Lion. Not Lion.
Oh yeah, Nathan Lyon
Bashir.
plays for England now. Oh, I didn't know
No,
that. Nathan Lyon.
Bashir, Bashir and Leach.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about? Jack Leach is incredible. Shoaib
great.
Bashir's even better.
Our best, our, our best spinner was really Ahmed when he played last game.
Mhm. Yep.
Don't get why he played one game because he's great in Pakistan.
Apparently, that's what you figured out.
Because he made his debut against you lot, didn't he? Test debut, and he
Yep.
destroyed you.
Mhm.
So
Anyway,
we forget about that series ever happened anyway.
anyway, this has been a blockbuster
Except for the
little.
first game.
Okay.
We remember the first game. We remember the first game, definitely.
Just remember the first game. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Anyway, this has been a bit of a blockbuster little podcast. This marks the end of an era. India and England are over. We're moving into more 100-based matches now. I feel like we'll do it after every like match week. What do you reckon? Match week 1 is almost up
No,
there.
we do once a week. Just
Once a
continue
week.
with once a week.
At the end of the
Yeah.
week. Okay. So
Oh no, we're both. Whichever day works best for us.
But we're both very busy guys, what can we say? And we're going to be even more busy for the next couple months, but we are on this podcast now. Well, this is going to be a mainstay.
Yeah.
We're going to do everything in our power to keep this thing going. So thank you guys very much for tuning in once again this week. Make sure to like and subscribe. That supports us. Click the bell icon to never miss another podcast. You might get the odd shorts if your bell end is on everything. And make sure to tune in to our TikTok as well. We have gained about 20 followers, almost 400 likes in about a couple weeks, which has been absolutely mental. So thank you so much for that. We talked about the comments at the start. Make sure you keep on giving more of the positive ones. Don't call Ollie, call me Carson. But make sure you tune in on Spotify as well, and then we will see you next week, Wicketers. Thank you for tuning in.